century of bullet chats.
All right, welcome to the Bullet Chat Podcast with your hosts, Saty and Oty, two Bullet originals, and Portley, the Bullet's unofficial mascot. The Bullet Scramble started in 1988. 12 guys, a keg of beer, a campground, and the brilliant idea to throw in some golf. It was a lost weekend that somehow became a lifestyle. Almost 4 decades later, we're still going strong, and for a lot of us, it's the reason we play golf, an excuse to stay in touch, and the one weekend we never miss.
I'm in! Yeah!
Every year, 60 guys show up, and they all want one thing, to not be the guy who folds. The Calcutta money's become pretty nice, too.
Crumbled under the pressure.
Totally! So that's the Bullet. There's pressure, there's history, but the stories are the star of the show. Whether they're true or just told well enough to survive, that's the Bullet Chat Podcast.
We gotta do Portley.
We got to get this shit started. Calcutta!
Look at this. We're live again, and Portley found us from... Portley, where are you right now?
I'm at a place called Harlan Records in San Francisco. It's a cool little bar in an alley, and they play all vinyl, so it's a great little spot.
Awesome.
Can you tell the difference with the vinyl?
Yeah, it's got that nice little scratch to it.
That's just not the bourbon talking. You can actually hear it.
Yeah, well, we're picking up a little background noise, which just adds to the ambience, so we appreciate that. And for everyone joining us, welcome to the Bullet Podcast. Yeah, we've missed Portley the last couple of weeks.
Episode 5.
Yeah, we had him a couple weeks ago, and then we lost him on a technology snafu. And then last week we lost him, so we're really happy that you're back here today.
33 years at Intel, and I can't get technology right. It's amazing.
I have a question for you, though. Like two episodes ago, you just disappeared in the middle. Did you just get bored and take off?
No, the phone actually did run out, and then by the time I screwed around to get it going again, it was going to be too late, and so I said screw it, and then went off and played some disc golf with Bobby G.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, today's episode, we're focusing on, is it possible to three-peat? It's never been done at a Bullet. We've had 5 times. It's been close. We'll do a little preview on Walla Walla, but we're going to have a special guest from the defending champs joining us here in a little bit.
Who's our guest?
Of course, our guest is Mr. Dave Hughes.
Oh my
Little
goodness.
Carlitos.
Little Carlitos. Yeah, he's going to be joining us. But Portley, before we get started, what are you doing in San Francisco? You went to the Giants game last night?
Yep. So I went to two Giants games. They're god-awful since the break. I think they've lost, something like 7 of 8. So they're pretty much done. I think they should sell off the team. And then this starting tomorrow, I'm going to go to the 3 Days of Dead and Company for the 60th anniversary of the Grateful Dead. So that's happening.
Amazing.
So that's happening at the Polo Grounds down here.
You're going 3 days in a row?
3 days in a row.
At our age? I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
It's already been a rough 2 days. So 5 more days of this. Yeah, I'm going to be in bad shape by the time I come back.
Well, that's kind of like surviving a bullet.
It really is. That's a great, that's a great, whatever you call it, analogy or whatever.
You bring up an interesting point, like what impact do you think the Grateful Dead's had on the Bullet?
That's an interesting one because there are a lot of deadheads in the Bullet. It's kind of funny. We have these country dudes and, conservative country dudes, and then we have, the Grateful Dead guys. But we all love it. We all coexist, rally around golf.
Yeah.
It seems like for the first 15 years or so, the Dead might have been the soundtrack of the Bullet.
Yeah.
That's
the
kind of what
campground was filled with the Dead. Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah.
Well, to clarify, when you say country dudes, you're not talking about guys in cowboy boots and brush poppers. You're talking about country clubbers.
Country clubbers and country music.
Yeah.
You can call it aficionados. But yeah, there's actually a lot of country in the Grateful Dead, though. So
yeah. I can
all
see
come
that
together.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saty, anything interesting going on in your world recently?
No, I got nothing for you. It's just been, I've had my nose to the grindstone doing the people's work, and you know what? I'm just happy to serve. That's all.
That makes sense. But
I wish I had something better for you.
well, dude, you texted me a picture of a bear walking through your backyard like a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, so Portley, Saty lives in bear country. Like, literally, there's a bear alley. They just walk behind his backyard.
It can be a little intimidating sometimes.
Shoot that thing and put the pelt on your wall.
The good news is they're not subtle, so you hear them breathing and crunching everything, and then that gives you time to get away.
Yeah.
That's
Bear
awesome.
country.
I did have
Suburban
last
bear
year
country.
the bear with two cubs out behind my house, and she was hanging out. So we've got this ravine, and she's hanging out by this tree with her two cubs. I'm figuring she's like 100 yards away, and so I went and got my rangefinder and scoped it. It was like 30 yards. Like I was like, this explains so much. Like.
So if you ever get a chance, YouTube like grizzly bears taking out deer and elk. Those things are like you'd stand no chance against a bear. It would take you out in a second.
They're country strong. Speaking of country music, yeah, I've watched them dig around in the trash, knocking our trash cans around too, and it's just they're impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wins in like a bear versus shark fight? Like I don't know.
Depends on if it's in land and water.
Really?
What if they're on the beach, like right on the edge? So
Yeah, right in the surf, just a battle in the surf. That'd be awesome to see.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, so Portley, what are your thoughts on, obviously the Bullet's coming up. For those of you who don't know, the Bullet is an unbelievable, remarkable golf tournament, unlike any tournament you'll probably ever play in. And that's what this podcast is dedicated to highlighting, as well as just some of the debauchery that comes along with it. But Portley, is it possible to three-peat? Like before Dave gets on here, I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
Well, I mean, two of us have repeated. So Saty, you were on that vol team with Wade, and I forget what crappy ass two-man you had then. But who was your other? Oh, it was Oty. Was it Oty?
No,
who was on
it
that
was
team?
HUD.
No.
It was HUD.
Oh,
It
it was
might have
you,
been the
HUD?
two-man. It might have been me and Fed or something.
Maybe it was Fed.
It was
Yeah.
Jack, HUD, Fed, and Saty.
Okay.
That
So
was
you were on
91.
that one, 192. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I was with me, Hughes. Hey,
Hey,
Carlitos.
Hughes.
How are you? Oh, look at that.
Gentlemen.
Oh my God. What a background.
You like that?
Yeah.
I spent a little time
So-
preparing for this afternoon, gentlemen.
You should have
Very
let
excited
someone
to be here.
taller hold that trophy.
I love
though.
it.
There you go.
God, that trophy is not wife-approved furniture. It lasted inside the house for about a day with me, and then Kathy was like, "Get that thing out of here." So it
didn't
hung out in
know.
the garage for 2 years.
I didn't know it was getting taller. I haven't seen the trophy in like 30 years. That's cool.
The trophy might be taller than Hughes, actually.
Well, it is in that photo.
It's standing on the ground there in that picture.
It's got you by a good 4 inches.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to officially welcome our guest this week, Mr. Dave Hughes, defending champion, who's won it back-to-back. He's a 4-time Bullet winner. He's about a 5 handicap and somehow is playing as the 3-man on his team. It's the second chance that Dave Hughes has an opportunity to pull off a three-peat, and the theme for today is a three-peat possible. And so we're going to get to hear from a guy who's been there and sitting on the precipice of an opportunity to win a third one. So Dave, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for the invite, gentlemen. It's a lot like a work meeting, except I actually like talking to you guys and not the clowns I work with. So it's a
Well, we
And you
do
don't
have
have
two
to talk to
rules.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have two rules. One's not embarrassing anybody or cost anybody their career, but if you cost yourself your own career, that's on you.
which I'm fine with. They would just join me at the ranks of the rest of the retired, just forcibly. But yes, I can definitely not get anybody fired. I don't know about the first one, Oty. I'm not sure I'm going to be very good about not embarrassing somebody, but mostly I'll just embarrass myself, I'm sure.
Hey, can I share a text I got from Dave the other day?
For sure.
everybody? Because this is one of my favorite communications I received all week. It says this: "You're such a bitch. Can't wait to come blow up your stupid little show."
So Hughesy,
Sorry.
I was wondering, when was your first bullet? Like what year? Do you remember? Or what
Yeah,
location?
I can't remember the year, but I definitely remember the location because it's where we're talking about going back to for the 40th. So it was Tokatee and that shitty little course Elkhorn.
Ooh, that is
That's
a bad
early.
course.
Whoa, when was that? Tokatee Elkhorn. That was year 2000, Y2K.
Is that right? Yeah. I remember the team
Was
too.
it that
It
year?
was
Yeah.
Yeah. I just pulled up the archives.
Okay,
Year
okay.
2000. You don't
yeah,
think
it
I have
was-
this on the top of my head, do you, Portly?
I'm
I can't
surprised
even
you
believe you
don't.
have it in records.
So
So that-
Tokatee and that. Go ahead, Ports.
I was just going to say that was the year that we were doing the feat of strength, and it was a sprint, and Bobby G was on my team, and went Superman, and tore the shit out of his hands and really couldn't grip a club. And I think we finished +1 on the weekend. Versus when we won it a couple years ago at Walla Walla, we went 30 under. So 29 strokes better than we did at that Tokati Elkhorn Bullet.
Wow.
And
Wow.
So Hughesy, you and Portley were on the you guys were on the same team once. You had a chance to three-peat, and if I recall correctly, you showed up with matching shirts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so why didn't you guys three-peat that year?
So, I mean, we've had a lot of time to think about this. I mean, there's a number of different reasons that I've kind of come to grips with. At first I was thinking, was it the captain? Because I mean, we had Tim Ball to start, right? And I mean, that guy's a magical captain and one of the best. And then we had to transition over to Cross Creek.
Rob Cross
And
Creek.
so was it Krosky's fault? And I think back to I remember it was maybe 10 minutes before tea time, and I'm a shitty putter, and I was really struggling, and so he switched me to a modified claw grip literally 10 minutes before tea time. That didn't really do any good, and why am I listening to this guy? But ultimately, it wasn't that. And then I was thinking, was it back in the day when Portley was transitioning, and not from male to female, but from right to left, a left to right golfer? And it's a lot of pressure for a guy, and there's a lot of anxiety around transitioning. It was a struggle, but it wasn't that ultimately because he could still bump one out there for us when we needed to, whether it was right-handed or left-handed. So it wasn't that. And so really the ultimate conclusion was it was the matching shirts. And it wasn't that year because we won that year with the matching shirts, but it was the 12 months of ridicule and embarrassment that went along with that. And I just think that we couldn't overcome that in the third year, and it was just our team's demise.
No,
And
can
so
we
that's
dig in
pretty
on
much
the
on my
shirt?
shoulders.
I
On the
agree with
shirt
that.
thing, I mean, losing happens, but wearing matching shirts is not an accident. Can you,
So
I mean, explain more about that? I mean, how do you even come up with the idea?
So
And
that
then
was
how
on
did that
me.
idea get
I don't know
executed?
what I was thinking, but
There's
yeah,
4 of you guys. Not one of you raises your hand and said, "This is bullshit. I'm not wearing a matching
yeah,
shirt."
exactly. There has to be checks
I
and
mean,
balances.
when a 3 and a 4 man come up with this great idea of matching shirts, it should be ultimately the captain that should say, "No, fuckers, you're done. That's not a good idea." And just because you have access to the Nike employee store doesn't mean you should use it.
Yeah, if I remember, they were like some ugly maroon shirt, right?
It's horrible, and they were
Yeah.
Yeah,
too big. We clowns.
Did you say horrible or adorable? They were
No,
adorable.
well, no, horrible. None of us are
Horrible.
adorable.
Yeah, I mean,
so
we've all
that was
played in
also,
those.
I was going to say, that was also the year that Krosky showed up at the campground in a trailer, towing a trailer, and he brought a friend. Remember that? He brought some random dude that just hung out for the weekend and didn't play in the
Yeah.
tournament, which I
Random
thought
You
was,
dude.
know,
yeah.
we've had some guys just hanging out for the weekend, and that's odd. I
I
remember
remember,
at Black Butte one time. There was a former Oregon quarterback. Who was that? And he was hitting shots on the par 3. Like he would. You guys remember that?
was it
Yeah,
Graziani?
it was Graziani.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Did he have a huge nose?
Yeah, he's got a beak. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
And then we also
it's
had, remember
odd.
Whitey's Tool Husky friend that was playing frisbee on the frickin' golf course during the tournament?
He had that stupid football that were just crisscrossing the fairways, throwing them to
Yeah,
every team that was out there, distracting everybody.
Yeah.
yeah.
Why was he there? No one knows.
There's a lot of whys.
All right. So, Dave Hughes, you're rolling into an opportunity to three-peat again this year. I mean, you have a captain who wears his own style of shirts,
Yeah.
and
So we're doing a little
but I mean,
podcast.
what
Yeah.
are your chances of three-peating this year? I mean, what do you think of your
I'll be on board.
chances?
Well, I feel pretty good about it. I mean, Wade doesn't have any confidence. I got $100 with Wade that says we're gonna repeat, and he's giving me 2-to-1 odds. So I mean, I can't lose that bet. So I take a couple $100 off of Wade, and that really is a motivator. But I think if you look at our team up to, top to bottom, we've got all the components, right? You got a great captain in Willie. You've got 2 and a 3 man that are basically interchangeable on any given day. And we got lucky with a 4 man, a sneaky good 4 man that nobody took in the draft. And so that kind of is a secret weapon that, so if Pete Landry shows up, then, which he did last year, I think that's the formula for a winning team.
Yeah, I sense a little bitterness if trying to figure out who your 2 man is on the team.
No, I'm pretty comfortable. The 3 man slot, is probably the cherry spot in the bullet because there's not a lot of pressure on a 3-man, right? If waffle a bunch of wedges off the green, you can't get it close. You're not really expected to stuff it. You got a 2 and 3-man that can do it. You're going to get your drives in. You're just good enough to be able to get your enough drives in, 3 drives, 4 drives through 18. And I just got, the 4-man's going to give a good read. I might dunk a putt, and if I don't, nobody cares because the 2-man and 3. So I'm pretty comfortable at the 3-man. I don't need to be a 2-man.
Dave, I mean, I think that's a very good politically correct answer right there. But I do sense there's a little irritation that you're not getting more accolades and more than you deserve here.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
So here's
Rob.
so here's the question: if you guys played, let's say, a five match play series, where does the money go between you and Ross? Like, who lays down the money on who? Who wins that 5-game series?
Well, you'd have to ask the field who they'd bet on, so that would be telling. But ultimately, Ross and I just played last week while the ladies were in golf lessons, and he was, he beat me through the front few holes. I pressed on the back and caught him on the back, so it was pretty much, we ended up pretty well square. So I'm going to give you that. I'm going to stay neutral because love Ross. I want him to play well. I don't want him to be mad at me.
You're not giving us any clickbait at all.
I know.
Yeah.
I got some other stuff that can help you out, but.
Well,
I got some more racially motivated things that can get us in trouble.
What teams concern you this year?
I don't understand the question.
Well, you've got 3 of 4 on Oty's team right here. I mean, you got
Do the 3 of us and Wade concern you?
For other reasons than beating us. But it'll be a good match, guys. I don't know. I mean, if I'm being truthful, I just really don't see anybody in the field that's going to beat us. I mean, I fully expect to go into the Walla Walla weekend and, acquiesce to this stupid rule that Pierce came up with that we have to disband the team.
Well, so now that's
what rule is that?
That's been a hidden controversy over the years. Is if a team 3-peats, do we break them up? And I mean, Dave, that's a good question. Do you think you should stay together, or do you enjoy going back into the draft?
Well, I mean, I think when we were first put together for the first victory, we were a beloved team. Everybody loves us. Last year, not so much, and this year we're fucking hated. So I don't really enjoy that part of it. But
well, hey, Dave, I'll tell you what though, because when I was in your position with Tim, we were trying to repeat, and I remember, or 3-peat, and I remember for that second one. This is early too, right? So I mean, we're maybe 4 or 5 years on the bullet, and we're wrapping up our second win at Sandpines and standing on that tee. That's that elevated tee, right?
Long elevated par 4, right?
Yeah, and we just watched everyone walk away in disgust, and then all the break them up stuff. And I thought, this is the stupidest little bitch thing I've ever seen because. I mean, back in those days, Tim was a pretty good feature to have. I mean, he could have had, me, Koch, and Cooper, and probably done exactly what he was doing. So I mean, I think the break 'em up thing is just play harder, fuck off. That's my take on it.
I think Landry wants you guys to lose. He doesn't want to come back to this thing again. He's so bummed that you guys have won twice and he has to come back. He doesn't have any of his homies with him. There's no Dougie, there's no Tang, all of his little tool friends, Sigma Chi friends.
I mean, we're not as good looking as all his other friends, but we're pretty fun to be with. He's
got to enjoy riding home with Benjamin Franklin times a bunch.
But I don't disagree. I think if we'd have lost last year, I don't think it would have hurt his feelings. Because now he's like, son of a bitch, I got to cross off that weekend on the calendar. How do I tell my wife I've got to go do this thing again?
Yeah.
She's going, you don't even know these guys.
But he's awesome. So I just want to clarify, he's a great dude.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Oh, for sure.
So when he showed up as a rookie 2 years ago at the Bullet, I mean, you've seen rookies before. Like, what kind of advice do you give them? Like, how do you get a rookie ready for what they're about to step into?
I don't know. I was thinking back to my rookie years that I don't think you can ever prepare yourself for this event. But we're a lot older and a little bit more mature now, so we've seen a lot more things. So today's rookie might be a bit different. But, we're adding Eric Hearn this year, so he's asking me for all sorts of advice. I'm like, maybe just not be as loud and try to have a good time.
Yeah, so
he's going to bring his bullhorn?
No, he doesn't need it.
Yeah, so tell us about Hearn. Like, why is he going to be a good fit?
I think he has all of the components that every good bulleteer needs to have, right? He's a great time. He loves to gamble. He plays mediocre golf, and yeah, he's down for anything. It's like when Dave Hall joined the Bullet. Nobody knew who Dave Hall was, but he's just down for whatever, and it doesn't really matter. He's in. So, and I think most of the people, a lot of people probably know him. I mean, I think it was probably me and Whitey's lobbying that eventually got him in. And then he had an opportunity to meet you. He's a good networker. So I don't know. He's just a good friend of mine. I love him or hate him. The guy's got a huge heart. So
So we should get him a big "I love you" Walla Walla or Walla Walla loves you shirt or something like that. So
well, we
Jackson
should
Lee, go ahead.
well, we should probably wait until we're done with Walla Walla. They might not love him.
That's true. And then we got Jackson Lee joining us as a rookie this year. Like, what's the anybody got background on this guy? Like, how's he going to fit in?
I think he's going to be a fantastic fit. He's what I love about Jackson Lee is he knows us and hangs with us. And there's a lot of people's kids I think could be good fits, but I think Jackson has demonstrated that he can hang with us, and he's probably going to put down 20 a day on the course, so he can knock him back with the best of them. We should introduce the half case per 18 rule again, and I think Jackson and Hearn would easily dust 12 Coors Lights in 18 holes for sure.
It might be is that for rookies only? Please tell them that. Please tell me that's for rookies only.
Rookies only.
For everyone else, it's a choice.
We should do that. We should just leave. Remember, you used to have the half case of Coors Light. You had two of them sitting in your cart when you jumped in your cart. Yeah, that was really made. Then we had 2 drives per 9, which
Oof.
really made it interesting. Yeah,
I do kind of like that rule. You know, I
So
think
Dave,
most.
Dave, let me ask you this. I mean, I'm hearing good things about your boy, and that he might have striped you the other day, right?
Whoa, how about this? You guys,
No,
you
this
guys
news
dig deep.
travels. This news
Yeah,
You guys
travels.
dig deep.
Yeah.
So here's my question: is the Bullet something you want for your son?
So I was just going to comment right before your question about how excited I was about Jackson joining the field, because it is really the first of the offspring to be a part of the Bullet, and I think for longevity of this event, I think that needs to begin to happen.
Yeah.
So, do I want to expose him to this? It's too late. He goes out to the reserve. He's been exposed to you guys for a while now, and I did go down and visit him in Arizona at college, and I don't think he's seen more than seen plenty. So, I would be pretty excited to have him come, and I think there's other kids out there that would probably fit the bill too.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Shep's kid, Blake should get in there. And
Hmm.
I had a caller question. A caller called in the other day. They said, could the Bullet go 100 years? But we need the youth movement, right?
100%, we need the youth movement. I mean, what happens? What happens to this group? Do we start playing the Bullet like at Charbonneau soon? No, none of us can hit the ball very far.
No.
What
We'll just
is there going to be a senior tour version of the Bullet?
No, I think it's more like kind of like how they start the Masters. There'll be like 3 of us that walk out and hit a complimentary tee shot.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
the Charles
love
Cootie
Complimentary.
of the
Oh
Bullet.
my God.
Yeah.
For all of our
Complimentary.
kids
You
are
got
going
to
to be out
hand
there
over your
playing,
drink
and
ticket so you can hit a shot. That's
oh
great.
God, you're going
Think
to be
about how much better. Think about how much better we are now than when we were in our 20s. All of us are far better golfers. I mean, I'm certainly night and day difference. But Sadie, you were probably what, a 15 handicap back in
Oh
the
my God.
90s or whatever.
I
You had
would
a
have.
great banana dick slice for sure. Yeah.
I was not a 15 handicap. That was my dream to
Yeah.
become a 15 handicap.
Yeah, we had another caller text in a question, and the question was, if you could invite, who would be your top 3 Bulleteers that have played maybe old school Bullets? Who would be your votes to get back in? Your top 3.
well. I would love to see the Carmichaels back in.
Yeah. I thought, you know what? I heard, what did I hear? It was a video you sent me. It was Eric Carmichael last year saying, I will definitely be in Walla Walla. What happened?
He went eat carms on us.
Well, okay.
I mean,
Life.
if the 40th, happens at Tokati, I don't know that you get those guys to come to Tokati, but that would be an ideal place to have them come back. I mean, I'm curious. Do they just not get the invite anymore?
No, they get it. Yeah, I don't know. You're asking the wrong people.
They
Yeah,
they just they get it and delete it, kind of like most of my work emails.
they light it on fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
have a
Here's
ceremony in the backyard.
another episode of We Lost Portley. It looks like here.
Yeah, what
I think
happens
he
to this
needed
guy?
more bourbon.
He's hard to pin down. He's in San
He really
Francisco
is.
this week. He's in San Francisco this week. Before you jumped on, we were asking him how much the Grateful Dead has sort of impacted shaping the bullet. And I would say it's a combination of the Grateful Dead and Caddyshack. But I mean, can you think of bigger influences that have sort of shaped the bullet?
You talking about musical influences?
I have no idea. Music,
I mean, I'm not
movies.
sure where that. I mean,
Music, movies.
I'll go a completely different direction with that. I'd argue that it's an observation of mine about how the bullet has adopted various, White House administration's policies in their recruitment to the bullet.
Oh,
And if you'll
explain
give me a
that.
little leeway here, I'll explain. So, if you look back before policies like the DEI policies or the woke policies of the most recent administration were in play, if you look at the bullet field, it was pretty sterile. But then you look back to the previous administration and their agenda and the DEI movement, and we picked up some, agree with that policy or not, we picked up some wonderful players. I mean, look, we got Todd Beeler, picked up Wamser, we got guys like Ruben, even Dave Hall, and then
Gus?
he might have been but yeah, I mean, you could probably tie it to that. And then we're back in Trump's second term, and we're going to abolish those policies. And who do we get? We get Jackson Lee and Eric Hearn. They're about as white as
You
you
know
get.
what, though, Dave? I would say this. We don't normally talk politics on this, but I would say with Trump in office, I feel a lot safer acknowledging that you're Mexican. But I'm not sure if that's safer for you, though. I mean, that's where I get kind of hung up on this whole thing.
I mean, I think it's reasonably safe since
Ice,
I'm not
ice,
Mexican,
baby.
but which is great. I mean, all tongue in cheek is funny. I mean, I think, I look back to when I got in back in 2000. I don't even know how Whitey got me in the bullet, other than to say maybe he just told you guys I was from West Lynn, so you just all assumed that I was like you, but I'm not.
We, Dave, we look right past that. And it's kind of ironic the guy named Whitey is the guy who got you in here too.
God,
My
Anyways,
God.
yeah, we look back that, basically what do you have to have in common to be a good bulleteer? I mean,
Oh, I think we
you got
covered.
to enjoy golf, enjoy having a few drinks, enjoy laughing, enjoy gambling. I mean, what else is there?
You know what I'd say
Story.
is I mean, I originally thought it was, everything to do with the drinking, but now we've got some bulleteers that are sober and they still enjoy the shit out of it. So it says a lot about the bullet, right? And also says a lot about how we've grown up and matured over the years. I think back, in the early years of the bullet, you wouldn't even tolerate somebody that wouldn't come and pound a case of beer. But now, as we get older, you're like, yeah, maybe that's not such a good idea for some people. But yes, to all those points, right? I mean, you just really got to love a good time. And I think the longer you're in it, the more you look forward to it, right? So maybe some of these guys that are one and doneers or play for a few years, they just really haven't taken the time to get to know the people around them. And so, I mean, I didn't know so many guys in the bullet, but over the years now, I mean, my first exposure to Bobby Gorham is him, going ass over tea kettle in a sprinting race that he should have never been doing at a campsite after drinking 15 beers. And then there was and so I'm like, who is this clown? But I love Bobby Orr because I
Yeah,
got to know him. So
it's kind of funny how you fall in love with all these guys. We've been through a lot in the trenches. I mean, Lar never gets in the trenches, but a lot of other guys get in the trenches.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
and then the beautiful thing about the bullet too is that it's only a long weekend, and then when you're tired of everybody, you can just go home.
yeah, that's
hey,
for sure.
you guys look at Portley's camera there. Do you think we're going to see a first responder standing over that thing here in a second? I hope he's all right.
I mean, where did he go?
Yeah, nobody ever knows.
Oh.
So I got a question for you. Who is in charge of finding the house for your? You guys have a squad that sort of stays and rents in the same house, bullet to bullet. I hear you got quite a track record with Airbnb.
Good.
So, so who's in charge? Who's it? I mean, what happened last bullet? Didn't you get in a little bit of trouble?
That was a couple years ago in Gearhart. So that was, I used to be on point for that. It was either me or Shep, but I was on point for that one. And my VRBO rating is, I think, down to 1 star. So when I go to look for a place, there's not many people that will accept
One
my offer to
star.
rent. So this one year's was on Shep, but we have quite the house, right? And it continues to grow because we keep adding these new guys to it. But I mean, anytime you're going to get a Whitey, a Gilbo, a Pitt, a Lambert in a house, I mean, it's just so much fun. But to the point we were just talking about, right? That was, I guess, if anything, the one advantage to camping is that we're all in one place, in the same place. And now today, you get these small little groups. And if I had not that I want to camp But, the thought of all staying in one lodge at Tokati, I think would be pretty super cool because we all kind of at the end of the golf day, we all go to our separate places. Not that we don't see each other downtown, but you kind of go off with smaller groups. It creates little smaller groups.
Well, that's why Gearhart is a great location now because it is kind of central, at least. I mean, most of the places are right around there, and it's easy to.
And Walla
You know,
Walla too. I mean, we all managed to make our way downtown and see each other at
yeah.
bars. So yeah, but yeah, we love
Except
the
for
house. It's
Wade.
great.
Except for Wade.
And some people, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, you've heard the story where Wade went off, fell in a creek, ended up at crashing a winery and trying to find his way home, and all over a wrong turn, walking out of central downtown.
Was that Walla Walla?
Yeah, he ended up in so the way he tells the story, we should have him back on to tell the story. But we had all left the restaurant as a group of 30 some people. Everyone turned right. He turned left. Ended up.
He left. This is the Mexi place. He left.
Yeah, he ended up in some industrial area. He was trying to find his way, tried to jump over a creek, fell in the creek. It just got worse. He ended up, finding some winery that knocked on the door. And anyways, they got him home.
Well, that's good. I mean, he walked right by the police station too. He should have just stopped in.
Yeah, they would have.
Such a bad idea.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, in bullet history, what's been other than the most recent two-peat, what's been your favorite sort of, if you had to isolate a moment or a year or a shot, like what's been your favorite?
Well, that's almost an impossible question to answer.
Well, I don't know if it needs to be your favorite. What about your most memorable? I mean, you've been on the receiving end of one. That was pretty good.
I mean, one of them was, I was on the heartbreaking end of, I can't remember which Myhoff. It was probably Billy, wasn't it? That hooped it to Gearhart in the playoff hole. I was on Team Mike Lee that year, and we were poised to go win it, and man, he pulls off the miraculous shot. What an incredible moment for one of the nicest guys on this planet. But man, what a dagger! But
Best
that was a memorable
4-iron
moment.
ever. We've already talked about that. It was a great 4-iron from 130. front of the green.
A couple. I just remember I was standing right next to him, and he had, takes those couple little chop warm up things that he does, and he just swings and it goes, and I go, boy, that looks pretty good. But that's going to be tight. And then just it erupted on top of the green. It was crazy.
So, explain what that felt like, though. I mean, I don't know how I'd react. I mean, what do you do?
I suppose if it was anyone else, you'd just be pissed. But it's Bill Myhoff, so I mean, how could you not be happy for the guy?
Is there anyone in the field that you just would have tackled outright for making that shot?
I don't know about tackle, but I might have just walked off. No, there's nobody. Come on. That's the best thing about this group and about this competition is it's all about, it's golf, right?
Yeah.
Well, and there's some amazing
That was cool.
shots.
That was a cool moment. I mean, I'm sorry that happened to you, but
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
Yeah. I mean, when you guys, what was it, 2001, Ocean Dunes Sandpines, that's a classic one. That's where Tangvald had his first ace. You guys went extra holes with Team Johansson and Berger. That's the one where Fedler hit Millbrook in the nose with the golf ball and exploded his nose into a pool of blood. But,
I'm back.
Yeah, okay, Portley, bring us up to speed.
Sorry, I'm
Porter, next time find a place with table service.
Well, Kurt,
This no host bar bullshit. I mean, it's not working.
The Englands showed up.
Oh, okay.
Not Great England, but the Englands of Astoria fame, of England Marine Supply. So, yeah, going to pick up a couple Gerties and cannonballs from them.
Can you get a sponsorship too? That'd be great. It sounds like they're right.
Yeah. And I got another bourbon,
hey,
so I'm doing good.
Well, and we're probably about 35 minutes into this, aren't we, Saty?
We're about wrap up time.
Yeah, we're about wrap up time. So it goes quick when you're having a lot of fun, especially for this crew. But hey, sort of a question for everybody in a couple words or two. What's it going to take to win the Bullet this year? What's it going to take for these guys to three-peat?
I think it's going to be 28. I think 27 or 28 is going to win it. I don't think people can get to 30 again. That was just a fluke almost to go 15 and 15. But yeah, I think 27, 28. 28 wins it. Maybe we have a playoff this year too.
Honestly, their team is pretty solid. I just hope they show up in matching bling again. I mean, just something in their head, something that just shows that they've gone over the deep end again.
So in full transparency here, I did reach out to Digger, told him to rig the tee off order so that we're off early, so that Wade and I can jump in a cart and go back and heckle you guys for a good 12 holes, which will be so much fun. Just Wade's gravelly voice out in his Modelo lime slurry that he's drinking down. That's going to be great.
Oh, I think having you around Portland is like somewhat comforting. So I don't know that that's going to really accomplish what you want. But you're right. Wade can grate on you. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun for a minute, but then boy, you're just like, God, is he still fucking here? Good Lord, get this guy out of here.
Was your question about what it takes for them to win the bullet or for anybody, for us?
Oh, I just asked questions. You guys can interpret them however you'd like.
I see.
But I think I agree with Portley. I don't think anybody gets to 30. I think around 28 wins it this year. I have a prediction the foreman might not show up Sunday just because he doesn't know who to hang out with on Friday or Saturday night since his boys aren't there, and he ends up lost in some other Seattle guy's weekend.
Jeez.
He's going to join some bachelor party.
Yeah, who is? I should probably talk to him about that. I might have to. I might have to tether myself to him.
Yeah. All right.
Is
So
he
I think 20.
Is he in the knee pad group with Pierce and Chris Meyer and those guys? Is that where he's
That
staying?
seems like that could be. That could be. That's good. That's safe. I mean, yeah, he will be like, God, I don't know if I want to win this again. But knowing that we're going to get broken up, I mean, that might inspire him.
You're not going to get broken up.
Yeah, you don't get broken.
I'm going to lobby against that.
Nobody gets broken up, but you guys aren't going to win it. You guys
That
are
would
going to
just
win
be
it
the
anyway.
dumbest shit I ever heard.
Well,
That can't happen.
I'll throw it out there to you three. I'll make a little wager. I bet you we get into whatever playoff that we got going on because I do think there'll be a playoff.
Well, with the way you guys keep score and rake it, I have no doubt you'll be in the playoff.
Yeah. That's it. Wine Valley.
Yeah, you got to bring up the Rosslow scoring system.
God,
Not
man.
everybody is as good with technology as others. I mean, I don't think you can hold that against him. I mean, if he had a paper card, I bet you it would be right on spot on.
So you're saying if the app was named Golf Buffoon versus Golf Genius, it would be more in alignment?
I don't think I said that at all.
Golf Special. We need a new app. Golf Special. Just
Hey, I find
easy,
Golf
just-
Genius to be a bit challenging too. So hey, I'll defend him. He's not a cheater. So I'll say that about everybody in this field that nobody's a cheater.
No, we got evidence.
Willie's a
We
fudger,
don't know.
but he's not a cheater.
We're all
there's
stretchers
no-
of the truth. So all stretchers of the truth, but we're not cheaters.
All right.
Well, I was having lunch with a fan of the show the other day, and he said what's
Of this show,
beautiful
there's
about
fans?
this. Yeah, we got fans. We're up to 8 or 9 subscribers.
This is awful.
But he said what's cool about the bullet. He goes, the early years, whatever Tim or Chris did, you just did it. You just assumed it was okay, right? And he goes, because of the way we draft, everybody goes back into a draft. You're constantly mixing up teams, and so everybody's got an eye on each other. No one's cheating, which is perfect.
Have we
That's
we gotten to a stage where we have any bulleteers that have retired from the bullet, like just permanently, I'm done? Because maybe we bring them back as course officials
Yeah. Well, we've
and
had
spotters, monitors.
Four caddies.
Well,
I like that.
We had the forced retirement of Koch. We could bring him back, and he could be an official.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
He's way too sleepy to enforce anything.
Yeah. Well, we got
Hey,
Sipple.
Oty.
We got Sipple, who was a one and doneer. He would love to come back and probably tell somebody they were doing something wrong.
That's a good point.
Well,
Yeah,
why
I
does
kinda
he want to do it? Didn't Sipple have a good time?
It's questionable. You'd have to talk to Renner about that one.
An episode.
Yeah, another.
Hey,
episode.
speaking of our fan base, I did send the last episode to my mom.
Oh my
She
goodness.
loved it. She loved it.
I
So
don't-
Did she
we're
say
gonna
you guys are idiots?
She said
All
you
right.
guys are funny. It's
For
good to
the-
see everybody. You guys
for
are
this-
funny.
Yeah. So for the sake of time, we're going to wrap this up, and then you can hang out in the after room here for a second. Sadie will pause the recording, but that's this round for the Bullet Chat podcast. To all of our fans, thank you for hanging with us. Remember, it's not just golf. It's about friendships, stories, traditions, random oddities, and maybe a little bit of trash talk. We'll be back next week featuring round 1 of Portley's picks, followed by
pressure.
Pressure's on me now.
round 2 of Portley's picks the following week. Until then, you can always follow us on YouTube at Bullet Chat. And if you're not playing good golf,
Get better or rake it.
Get better.
Oh my God, this is almost like a real podcast. It's crazy.
all right, all right.